Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another session of Monster Hunter Guild Reforged. I am Lucent Moon. You may call me Ben. I am the GM of this campaign. And with me today is our good friend Lucid Moss, aka
Hello,
Charlie.
it is me. Back at it again.
So, for those who watched our first session with Daedra Mercer, aka Draconic Sorceress, she is playing Tulip Gilgamesh. This is another one-on-one session with another one of our players for this campaign. So, Charlie, I give you the
Mm-hmm.
floor. Would you like to introduce a little bit about your character?
Right. So, this is Oscar. I did not have time to think up of a last name for him, so he is just Oscar for now. Um, he is a homebrew class that I found on the internet called a Dragon Knight. Um, think of it like if you ever read the Inheritance series with like Aragon, it's kind of similar except minus the magic. But he has a very interesting backstory. So he's originally from like present day where we are now, like 2020, whatever. Except he, classic isekai anime, brutally dies, gets not reincarnated, but he gets transported to another world, like in the moment of his death, and essentially the same thing that happened in those books. Basically, main character stumbles across a dragon egg. It hatches. They bond. That happened. So he spent around 2 years in that world before committing a very grave crime against the state. As one does, and he got banished from that realm and got sent to this one. And I believe the story starts in the moment that he appears in this world.
Yes. So, what was your crime exactly? You have never specified what your crime was to me.
It is too great to tell.
Too great to tell.
Meaning, I did not
So,
think of one.
So, in your last moments of the world where you became a Dragon Knight and you were trained, and your kind of last moments, you remember you were banished from what? You remember you were banished. You weren't allowed to come back at all. If you did, they would kill you. So you kind of remember you were flying on your dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of just like flip of a switch, the world kind of went dark,
Pretty much.
and as you kind of coming back to your senses a little bit, um, you feel immense chill. Like, and like you grew up in tundra, and
Yeah.
like when you were in the world of the Dragon Knights, like you were in a pretty cold area, so you're used to cold. This is a whole new level of cold that you are feeling on your skin right now. And as you wake up, you find yourself in what appears to be a
A cave.
cave.
Nice. Oh yes.
Uh, your senses, your sight comes back. You can see the light coming through two entrances in this cave.
Mm.
Cave doesn't, it's not really leading anywhere. Can't really tell if it goes anywhere else.
Yeah.
But in the specific like spot where you found yourself, like you were kind of like grass and like moss, handful of bones and like tree roots were kind of protruding through the cave wall.
Okay. Forgot to mention I do have a dragon. His name is Basil. He's a
His
white
name
dragon.
is He is a white dragon, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Basil kind of woke up near you, also as equally confused, most likely.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing that you're kind of noticing right now is that there really shouldn't be like any type of plant life in the cave. Like where you woke up, there was moss, there was a little bit of
Yeah.
grass, but like you really shouldn't be there. Like the previous world that you were in with the Dragon Knights, like the tundra was pretty much just like snow, snow, and more snow with like ice, the occasional like small hills or mountain range, but like you never really saw plant life of any kind.
Yeah.
So, what's going through Oscar's head right now? Like what's he thinking?
What? He's honestly definitely confusion. A lot of that. I have not really thought of a voice for Oscar yet, so that will remain up to speculation. Um, I'm gonna walk it around like what am I looking for? Is there anything in this weird little cave crevice right here?
Uh, Nothing. Like you go
Damn
through
it.
it, you just kind of you see through the other hole. It's just like a small loop around that is in this
Okay.
cave.
I'm gonna hop on Basil.
So
There's no way
as
I
you
can like
kind of
wait. Oh god, how do I deselect them? Oh god.
hit escape,
Okay, wait, no. I've glued myself with my dragon.
you have glued yourself with your
This
dragon.
is not ideal. Oh wait, here we go. Token controls. Select, shift, click. There we go. Can I do this? I can. Okay, we're just gonna do that. That's better.
Cool.
Alrighty.
And I assume Basil like has a saddle.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to describe like what Basil kind of looks like a little bit more in depth outside of the token?
Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna scroll in real quick for the token. That's like a vague. This is the closest kind of art I could find. If anyone's ever read the Wings of Fire series, the Ice Wing on the cover of one of the books is the
Ah,
closest. It's like
yes.
probably the closest thing to what he looks like. Although more of a this kind of thing, because I like this art. It's very cool.
So
Alright.
basically, Icewing, a little,
Spikes on his head.
maybe a little bit more um creative liberties taken.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys kind of step out of the cave, the cold becomes a lot more
Oh,
apparent. Like your
ooh.
jacket and your armor is like designed to keep you warm. You're still cold.
But not like dying cold, I would assume.
You're not dying cold, but like you
Okay.
can feel that this is objectively colder than what you're used
Yeah.
to. And,
Alright.
and also looking around as well, like the trees like this doesn't seem like the tundra or Arctic that you're used to. Like
Yeah, no.
this is much more luscious
Very
that you find
strange.
yourself in.
Oh.
And like kind of stepping out, you found yourself on a little bit of a ridge, basically.
Okay.
There's a river that is frozen. You can kind a little bit of water still flowing through it, but like it's just really quiet as well. Like you hear like the snow falling and like the wind. You can hear that, but like back in your world, like there was more like tundra ambience. This just seems
Yeah.
like it seems off to
Like not
you.
like not quite dead, just like weird.
It's not quite dead. It's just weird. It's almost like the life has been driven away. And I mean, with that being said, like just your knowledge, tundra and like anything Arctic related, you're not gonna find like life compared to a jungle or a temperate region. Like
Okay.
only the most skilled like creatures can survive in such a inhospitable environment.
Ah, good thing Basil was a white dragon.
Is there anything that Oscar
Continue.
and
I,
Basil are looking for specifically?
I don't really know. I guess just like anything. If anything, civilizations what I'd be looking for, but that doesn't seem to be any of that around here. So, guess I'll keep on walking. I don't know what the heck. This thing looks really funny, but no.
This place right here.
No, that. How do I ping things?
Oh, you just
That.
hold and click. You just hold. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that looks pretty funny. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep going.
So what you're approaching right now, like the ground is kind of dipping downwards, kind of going into a
Okay.
cave.
Is this anything up here?
Hmm.
Is that
This
just
like
ridge right here?
that's just like that's just ridge.
Okay. So I do want to go this way. That was what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go that way then.
So you're kind of dipping into a cave a little bit, just from the looks by itself. Like it is an ice cave. It's not like the cave you woke up in at all. Like this is like a fully fledged like ice cave.
Yeah. That's
It is a bit warmer down
okay.
here. Like it's most of the snow isn't really reaching down here. It's more or less like fog
Mm,
that is kind of like you can feel a change in temperature.
yeah.
However, like a lot of the ice crystals that kind of hold up the roof, and as you're kind of like going through this space, Basil kind of stops moving.
Okay. Is he being
Ma-
silly? I'm gonna hop off Basil.
Make me
What's going on?
make me a perception check.
Oh, you got it. I'm proficient in those. Apparently not.
So you don't notice anything off, like,
I was about to say, can use
but
my
ba-
passive perception.
but Basil seems to notice something that you are oblivious to right now.
Okay.
Have Basil make me a perception.
How's Basil's perception? Oh, his is a little better. It's also a 6. God damn it. Wait, no, Basil has a passive perception. I just gotta find it. Does that apply? Can that apply to this?
Yes, it can apply.
All right, let's look at the Dragon Knight sheet together, shall we? Everyone, everyone on the recording, for the record, he has a passive perception of 15. So,
I see.
oh god, I have to. There we go. Yes. I don't
All
know how to
right.
use that, but that's a thing.
So Basil is kind of turning towards one of the walls. He's turning over here specifically. He's turning to this wall.
Okay.
And like wall might not be a right like the right word, but like it's just a bunch of like ice crystals and like ice formations
Okay.
that are like that progressively like reach higher until they just kind of hit the ceiling and start holding up the wall.
Does this wall happen to look different than the other walls by any chance?
No.
Okay. Can I look to see if there's anything like in the ice?
Yes, you can. Also, that would be perception again.
I think yeah. Oh my god. That's
All
horrible.
right. I am going to ask you.
I'm not rolling great.
Yeah. So, you are still on Basil, correct?
I am, yes, I'm still on Basil.
Make me an athletics to see how fast you can get off.
Okay. I am 13.
13.
Oh, it's gonna
So
explode,
as you,
isn't it?
so as you're looking through like as you're kind of looking through like or trying to see through, like something moves. Like it's a blur of speed and like it looks orange and black. Like that is what you
Oh,
see.
what the?
And something really fast leaps at like becomes visible and leaps out at you.
What in the heck is that thing?
I'm gonna need you to roll me an initiative.
Okay. Do I get pushed back at all?
Well, this thing is still leaping at you, so you've gotten
Okay.
off.
Also, I would like
Have
to say I am immune to being surprised because of my Dragon's Eye ability. It's if I can see my dragon, creatures that it can see don't gain advantage on attack. Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. I can be surprised. I lied. I read that wrong. That is a 10.
and that is for Basil.
That's for me. I'll vote for Basil too.
Yeah. Initiative.
Basil doesn't have. Okay, well Basil's a 1d20, and then he adds. Why is my 0 key suck? That's fine. He adds his charisma, which is +1. So Basil got a 5.
5. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. All right. And you said he got 5.
He did, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you are now off, Basil. With that athletics roll I had you make. All right. So you got the highest, so it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. So.
This thing is like still like jumping
Okay.
through like this ice crystal formation.
Okay, well, I am going to. I forget. Do the Baldur's Gate 3 combat rules apply here?
What do you mean?
Like, can I take an action to disengage to not do opportunity attacks?
No, you can't.
That's unfortunate. So if I move away, he's gonna opportunity attack me, right?
Well, he's still leaping.
Okay, well, I'm
So-
gonna move backwards.
All right.
That was 10 feet. Yeah, that was 10 feet. So I'm gonna move backwards.
All right.
And then, what can I do here? Is he out of the ice at all, or is he still in the ice?
He's like leaping out of this ice wall, so yeah, he's out.
Cool. Well, I am going to. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm gonna move a little further away. I'll go like out here. And that is 25. Okay. I am going to chuck a javelin at him.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty. That is a 6 damage to whatever that is.
Yep.
I don't
Alright, so
think-
as this thing is like leaping and like you hurl the javelin at it, lodges like in the tail, and kind of like it's trying to go for Basil, but it kind of falters and kind of ends up here. So as like you kind of eye this thing, like you don't know what the hell this thing is. Like you've never seen like a creature that looks like this. Like
Yeah.
it's just a mishmash of like things that you do know, and it's just turned into something that you don't. Like
Okay.
the face, it looks like that of a snake, and like its body looks like that of like a feline predator.
Ooh.
But on its back, it looks like a mix of like fur and quills.
Oh. This isn't a Toby, is it?
It is a
I'm just-
Toby.
Okay, but my character wouldn't know that. I just know that because Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a Toby Gadachi.
My favorite monster.
Specifically the variant version that lives in cold.
Okay. I was about to say the original is my favorite. Even though I don't play Monster Hunter at all.
Yeah. Alright, so it's this thing's turn now. Let's go.
Delicious.
So this thing is going to make... It's like... Without like skipping a beat, it like immediately whips around and like... It almost like does a backflip and like it's aiming its tail at Basil. Like it's gonna slam its tail down.
Did it just crit again? God damn
Yeah.
it. God damn
Does that? I assume that hits Basil.
it. Yeah. Well, it's a crit, so. Hmm. So what, 18 damage?
That was just a crit to hit.
What's the 1d8?
The 1d8 is that's actual damage.
Okay. And that's doubled because you crit.
Is that?
Yeah. If you click the arrow next to it, it says you roll a 20 for that to hit. 20 plus 4, so that the Toby hit crit, so that's 18 damage to Basil.
Oop.
Why do I not know simple math in my head? So he's at... Hold on, I got this. I swear I'm smart. Okay, 31. God damn it. I should have gone to school, fuck. It's okay, it's okay, I should have a calculator anyways, it's fine.
You still have a calculator.
13, he's at 13 health, god damn it. Alright, well, that's not good.
So Basil was very much surprised by the attack, didn't even have time to react.
Nope.
Alright. And that's the end of our Toby's turn.
Alrighty.
It's Basil's turn now.
I am going to have Basil come up a little bit. And I think I'm going to have Basil try to grapple the Toby.
They are the same. They are roughly the same size.
They're both large. So that would be athletics.
Yep.
That is a 15 for athletics.
15?
I believe that is a contested roll for this.
Yeah. What is that, a strength saving throw?
Athletics.
Athletics.
That is
Oh,
a
yeah.
fail. Alrighty.
Alright, so Basil has so in like response to the tail, Basil just kind of leaped on this thing and just kind of grabbed it by like, and basically essentially pinned it.
Okay.
Like pinned it down by the neck and the chest area.
Are we playing with the rule that grappled creatures attacks against them are with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, good. That means I did that for a reason. And that is, I'm gonna end Basil's turn.
Very cool. It's
Awesome.
your turn again.
I'm gonna move up close and then do a little bit of a. I don't have any features I can use right now. Well, I'm going to do a funny longsword. That is a 20 to hit. Not a crit.
That is not a crit, just a 20.
It's a 20.
Yep, that hits.
Alright. 13. That's maximum damage. It's 13 damage.
Awesome.
Also forgot to roll with advantage, but I still hit, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
13 damage to the Toby. And I'm going to pass my turn. And I forget how grapple rules work. So he should be at 13 health.
Alright, so now the Toby basically has to get up. And isn't that a strength check, or is that another contested athletics roll?
I believe it's contested, but I'm looking it up right now. Oh, technically speaking, my character could grapple Oscar could grapple the Toby.
Well, that wouldn't be a grapple anymore.
No, it would. He can grapple it. That's the rule for this. He can do
Well,
it to
according-
one size larger.
There's a it's different for medium creatures because of Monster Hunter stuff.
Oh, okay. Mm. Okay, yeah. So you can use the creature to escape a grapple. You can use an action to re-roll the original grapple check.
Hmm.
So we basically just do another contested athletics.
Mm-hmm. All right.
16.
16. Okay. And that's with disadvantage because he's already grappled, or is it just regular?
It's just regular.
Huh.
Oh, we'll do it again.
Is that how it works?
18. Well, yeah. It's contested, so that only makes sense.
All right. So the Toby All right. So the Toby tries to get like it thrashes its tail, but Basil kind of like pins it down again, like like foot like on its face now, like trying to keep it down. And
Okay.
since it failed the action, it's Basil's turn now.
Alrighty. So since Basil has advantage against this thing, he is going to use a bite attack against it with advantage. Okay. So that is a 17.
Yep. That hits.
And that is 8 total damage. So 7 piercing, 1 cold damage.
Alright, cool. And that's Basil's turn, I presume?
It is.
Alright. It's your turn again. Oscar?
You already know what's going to happen. Longsword, baby. With advantage this time before I forget. That was a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And the damage is 11 damage. 11 slashing damage.
And that was 11.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
That is my turn.
So you've once again hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Toby has to make yet another action to re-roll athletics.
Oh, Basil got a 9.
And I got worse, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alrighty. I'm gonna use a claw attack.
Alright.
Because I would assume it's Basil's turn.
Yeah, it's Basil's turn.
That is an attack with advantage. That is a 7? I don't think that hits.
That does not hit.
Alright, so that's Basil's turn.
Basil's claws, like, he tries to go for the tough hide behind the neck, but his claws bounce off.
Yeah.
And even for you, like, that's quite shocking because even at Basil's size, white dragons are still incredibly dangerous where you came from. So to see like this thing just kind of bounce off a white dragon's attack is pretty decent.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah. So it's your turn now.
Alrighty, I'm doing another longsword attack. Advantage, baby. 11. That doesn't hit, I don't think.
That does not hit.
Alright, that's fair.
So your longsword has bounced off its hide.
Let me... Ah! Haha! Haha! Hold on. Lucky! I forgot I had this from Very Inhuman. I'm gonna re-roll that real quick.
Alright.
That's a 17 now. I forgot I had
that. Does hit.
Alrighty.
That does hit.
Let's see the damage for that. Let me just make sure it's the main sword. That is a 13 damage.
Again, max damage.
Let's go. Alright, Pat. That is my turn.
Alright. So once again, athletics.
Oh yeah, let me grab that real quick. Athletics. Crit fail. Oh boy.
Alright, so the Toby now, it kind of lurches its head back while it's pinned and basically bites down on Basil's claw and like throws him off. And give me a minute, I have to roll.
Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Did he just crit against Basil again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yikes.
Was that for an attack? Because it's an action to get out of grapple.
No, that wasn't an attack. Shit, wrong
Yeah.
dice.
Because it costs an action to get out of grapple.
Oh. Alright, so that's only 7 damage to Basil.
Okay.
Alright, so now the Toby is over here. And it's Basil's turn.
Alrighty. Alright. Basil's going to go right up, and I'm going to use a tail attack against it. So that is an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, and then so he has to. So now he takes 4 bludgeoning damage and make a DC 12 strength saving throw.
Alright. That's a strength saving throw, you
That
said?
is a strength saving throw.
Ooh.
So he is now knocked prone.
Alright. So swats Toby away and once again kind of knocked him on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Yes. Now I believe, if I'm correct, that I also get advantage against creatures that are prone. So I'm going to attack him with my longsword with advantage because he's prone. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
11 damage.
11 damage.
How beat up is this Toby looking?
It's pretty beat up. It's kind of it's covered in a lot of deep cuts and also like scratch marks and a few fang wounds from Basil.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's my turn.
All right, so this thing has to use an action to get up.
I believe so, yes.
All right. So, the Toby has expended an action to get up, and it is going to use a feature of its. And it like gets up and leaps over you and behind you and Basil. And that does not provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
It's Basil's turn.
Alrighty. How far away is Basil? Alright. I don't know if Basil can use anything ranged yet.
No, I do not believe so.
No, okay. I also forgot to mention that each of these attacks I can use up to 3 times per long rest. So I've already used Bite, Claw, and Tail, I believe. So I'm going to have Basil go up and... you know what? I'm going to try to grapple it again. That is a 19.
Alright, the Kidachi has to make a contested athletics roll. Oh, wow.
3.
So you have once again pinned it.
Alright. Very epic. Alright, that is Basil's turn.
Okay, it's your turn.
Alrighty, it is indeed. I'm going to get a longsword this motherfucker. That is in fact with advantage. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 7 slashing damage. And that is my turn.
Okay. And it's Toby's turn. He has to once again make an athletics roll.
Oh god. Oh, Basil got a 5. 15.
Alright, so Basil didn't get as good of a pin as as the first time around. So Toby kind of kicks Basil off, sends Basil away, and the Toby sprints away and is
Oh,
heading back out.
I know this part of Monster Hunter. I have to chase it now, don't I?
Yes, you must chase it.
Indeed. Well, Basil's also at 6 health right now, so that's not a deal
Yeah.
at all. Luckily, since I'm a Dragon Rider, if he dies, I can just resurrect him over a long rest. Ha 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 ha. I will indeed. So is he there right now, or
What do you mean?
is he still in this opening? Like, is that his moment?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, so whose turn is it? It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use 25 feet, and I'm going to move over here. And as he's running away, I'm gonna smack him with my longsword again. As a normal attack, it's 11.
11. That was to hit, right?
That was to hit.
That does not hit. So you bounce
Unfortunate.
off, and then the Toby once again runs away, and
Damn
you
it.
see him like exit the zone.
Fuck. Alright, well. Should probably
You
chase
must
him.
chase. Yes, you must chase
shall
him.
we shall indeed chase. We shall pursue, in fact.
Okay. Forgive me, I am doing quick health
Yes.
calculations.
You got this. He's gonna rage, isn't he?
Young Toby Kitachi do not have rage.
Alright.
Adults, on the other hand, that's different.
They can.
They absolutely can rage. So
show
as you
myself.
kind of... You good?
Mhm.
Alright, so as you kind of exit out of the cave, you find yourself in another zone, and the snow seems to be coming down a bit harder this time around.
Oh boy.
It's coming down a lot harder now.
Oh.
Alright,
Man
it is
on.
your turn.
Alright. If I throw a
Oh wait,
javelin-
hold on. It was
Hmm?
your turn. It was your turn when Toby ran, so it's Toby's turn, my bad.
No, it was Toby's turn when he ran out, so he still has an action. He just, I don't know how much movement speed he used.
He's
there.
in a different... He's in a different zone
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Okay.
So it'll reset.
Yeah, it reset.
Okay.
Although the turn order didn't. It
Okay.
leaves off. It leaves off. Alright, so this Toby is... It kind of starts, like, twirling its tail in the air. And it is... And, like, it spins around really fast. And it is going to, It shoots what looks like a quill. Like a small swarm of quills at you and Basil. So I... One moment. Alright. So that hits you.
Alrighty.
Alright, so what...
Constitution.
That is a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh.
Does Basil also have to make one?
Basil also has to make one.
Okay, well Basil succeeded.
Basil
not.
succeeded, you did not.
Unfortunately.
So, Oscar, you are going to take 6 piercing damage.
And I'm
Basil
poisoned as
takes,
well,
well, 1 minute. Basil takes 3, so. And then you take 2 poison damage, so Basil takes 1. As the spy, as
Here's it 3 health. You said I take 2?
you take 2, Basil takes 1.
Okay.
1 poison. Alright. And that's Toby's turn.
Mhm. And I am poisoned.
Yes.
Okay.
Basil is not. So he's good.
Cool.
So it is Basil's turn.
Alright, just give me 1 second, because I know being poisoned has like a rule.
And we're just going to delete that. It's at the start of each turn, but Basil's not poisoned, so
Okay. Alright.
he's fine.
You already know what's gonna happen. Athletics check, baby. I'm grappling. 16.
Uh. Ooh.
Well, that failed. Oh, well.
All right, so Basil goes for the pin again. However, the Toby kind of is going to use. Toby is once again going to use the standing leap that he can do, and leaps away, all the way over there.
Nice.
And yeah, it's your turn.
Now. So I'm gonna redo that Constitution throw because I just looked it up. That's 11, so I failed. So I would. How much damage do I take?
That would be you take 1.
Okay. 25 health now. I'm going to run up. And I think you know what I'm gonna do to this man. Longsword, baby. Oh, god damn it.
Ooh,
That's
not good. All right.
Not ideal.
So, as you like swing down on your longsword, the Toby like almost throws its body like against the sword and chips part of it.
Oh no.
And yeah, that's your turn. Unless there's something else you can do.
Yeah, it's not really much else I can do.
All right. So Toby is once again, since you're so close, he is going to hit you with a tail attack. His tail is now swinging at you.
That does not hit me. I've got a 16
Ooh.
AC.
All right. So that is however, he can do something else. He is once again going to use the standing leap that he can do, and like with the momentum of his tail, it carries him away from you. And it's Basil's turn.
Basil time. Oh boy, my boy is at 3 health. I can't not do this. I'm gonna keep trying to pin him to 7. Ooh, a 4.
All right, so you have. It was a very sloppy pin because Basil is bleeding from the quills still lodged in his scales, but like you can tell that Toby is also tired. So like it's a very sloppy pin, but it is a pin nonetheless, and Basil is once again on top of him.
Alrighty, and that is Basil's entire turn.
Yep, and it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to re-roll that Constitution. As a 7, so I take more damage.
Okay, let's do this. That is going to be 2 poison damage.
Right, 23 health. And I'm going to run up to the Toby, and I'm going to longsword him with advantage because it's pinned. That's a 13.
That does not hit.
Damn. That is quite unfortunate.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna use Lucky to re-roll that actually.
Okay.
To make another attack. That's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Alrighty. For damage, we shall see. That is 4 damage.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
It is the Toby's turn. So, once again, has to make a contested athletics roll to get out of this pin.
Basil has rolled a 6. It's not doing too hot.
So, Toby, doing that, breaks free of this sloppy pin, but also, like, he's not doing too hot either. Like, you can tell that, like, you can tell. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of getting close to its last legs. It's like, you can see, like, the yellowish poison drool coming out of its mouth. Like, its blood kind of seeps into the packed snow. And it's pretty nothing else it can really do, so it's Basil's turn.
Alrighty. I gotta do it again. I gotta go for it again. I'm gonna try grappling. 21.
That is going to be a hard grapple check to beat. Yeah. So kind of like, this grapple is a lot better on Basil's part, but like it's like sheerly like, you know, Basil, like this is a desperate grapple.
Yeah.
Like Basil is tired. And also like Basil hasn't really done any combat in a while. And that
Yeah.
more, and that's also kind of not bringing up the fact that Basil really hasn't seen actual fighting. At least not very many.
Yeah.
And like real combat has just been observed. It's not actually fought for Basil.
Yes.
All right,
That is his turn.
it's your turn now.
Alright, so now I get to reroll that Constitution check, which I keep failing, but I don't want to waste
Yeah.
my luckies on this because it's not that bad. 17, I succeed. Let's go.
Yep, you're good.
All right. I think we know what's gonna happen. Longsword with advantage. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And the damage, 7 damage.
7 damage, huh? Alright, and that's the end of your turn.
It is indeed.
And the Toby once again has to make a contested athletics roll. Does not succeed the contested athletics. Basil keeps him pinned.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. I would assume it's Basil's turn now.
Yes.
Alright. Basil's gonna use a bite attack against him.
Alright,
That is a 21.
that hits.
And the damage, 8 damage. 3 piercing, 5
Eight.
cold.
8 damage. Very cool. Okay,
And that is
once
that is Basil's
again.
turn.
And it's your turn again.
Ha, longsword. That's a 14 to hit.
Reroll.
Hmm?
It's contested.
What is?
Oh, wait, I'm
It's
stupid.
just my longsword.
AC.
It's a 14 to hit.
Even if you. Yeah, 14, that does beat, because AC is not a contested roll.
No, yeah. Alright. We do a little bit of damage now. 5 damage.
5 damage.
And that is my
So. Yep. That's a 4.
Let me. 17.
Yeah. So Basil firmly keeps him pinned down. And like the Toby's like, it's sheer desperate now, like it's trying to flail so bad, but like it just keeps like staining the ground with its blood. And like it's also envenomed drool.
Yeah. Alright.
It is Basil's turn.
I'm going to use my third and final bite move of this long rest. That is a 19.
That hits.
Alrighty. Damage. Oh, almost max. It's 8 piercing, 5 cold.
Alright,
13 total
so
damage.
as Basil rips into as Basil like bites down on the Toby's throat, his fangs like find the soft spot in like the less guarded under armor, and its fangs like sink completely into this thing's throat, and basically squeezes the last life out of this Toby
Damn.
as it dies brutally.
I win!
All right, so
Now I know in Monster Hunter there is, I forget what the term is, but harvesting the body. Um,
Harvesting.
I don't have a
You
tool for
can
that.
you cannot do that right now, so you
Couldn't
are
I?
unable to harvest this thing's body.
What about my sword?
It is also chipped, and it is also
Unfortunate.
it's also starting, like, the metal of the sword has started to crack as well.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you tried, you're like, in the back of your mind, it's like, I might break this.
I mean, it is standard issue Dragon Rider sword. It's not exactly the best.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
it's not
what
like the higher end
would Basil
dragon,
be
right?
able to? Like, if he sticks to the soft spots, would he be able to harvest parts? I mean, he did rip through its throat. Or is that just a thing
With
you're
his
allowed to
t
do?
with his teeth.
With his teeth, yes. If he uses
And
his
also,
mouth, what that mouth do? I'm sorry.
hmm, make me,
Yeah, I'm also not poisoned anymore. I should probably.
yeah. Just to kind of humor that, make me an athletics check. Let's see if Basil can do this on the health that he's at.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. So, like,
Mm-mm.
Basil, like, I mean, how does Basil do that? Do you like command or like
I mean, I'm like
get?
pointing out spots that are like soft, and he's trying to get them, but he's just so weak. I mean, he is
He's
at
so
3 health, so
Yeah, he's tired.
I am going to eat this thing as meat. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Also, yeah,
Unless
you would probably get poisoned too,
I would,
considering.
because it is a viper, so
Pres-
it'd be Kadachi.
And also, like, you did get poisoned by this thing, so
But
you
I
don't know if
succeeded in
this
my
thing
throw.
has. You did,
True.
but that doesn't mean the poison is elsewhere in its body
Now the
outside of
question
just its
is,
fangs.
could I rip the quills off?
You could try.
I would like something out of this. That would be a nature check, I think. Is that a nature check for that? I'd have to
I
look at
don't
that.
I mean, you're ripping it out.
Yeah, that'd be athletics.
That would be a strength check for you.
Normal strength or athletics?
Athletics.
7. Oh god.
Yeah, you're not able to, like, you try to, like, you kind of like
Yeah.
you like wrap your hand like in the coat, like you kind of, and you try to like protect yourself because you don't know if like the poison is
Yeah.
on the quill or it's in the quill. You're just being extra careful, but like you try, just like it won't come out.
Yeah. Oh well.
But
I'll leave it here.
but as you and Basil are just kind of doing that, like you're like, what's going through Oscar's head? Like, he just
Like,
fought and killed like something he doesn't recognize at all.
he just. Like, what the fuck is this thing? I need to. Probably looking for, like. Well, obviously, it's snow's coming down. You said it was getting colder. I think goals right now would be to find shelter, figure out what to do with this corpse. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Definitely get Basil some help because he is grievously wounded.
Get Basil help.
Yeah, so let's do that. That sounds like a good
So as
plan.
like your Basil is very much like too weak to fly by this point. He is
Yes.
very, very weak.
I also cannot fly on him until level 5, I believe.
So as you're doing that, you kind of hear
Technically.
you hear like what sounds like footsteps,
What the scallop?
and like it's hard to tell where it's coming from, but like you can hear like the crunch of like snow.
Yeah.
And someone, or two people actually, become visible
What
behind
in
you.
the heck?
So just from like the details that you can see like through the like coming down fog, like they are armored. Although you both like, the only real common thing that they have is the black tattoos on their face.
Yeah.
But there's really no other commonality between them. What are you gonna do?
Well, these are strange people with tattoos. I'm gonna react like any sensible person would be, and I'm gonna attempt to hide. Well, Basil's kind of blends in with the snow. So
I don't. Basil's also bleeding,
he is
so
bleeding profusely. I did forget about that.
I don't think the blood on the
Stealth
scales
check
is.
with disadvantage. I'm kidding.
You know what? Just for the fun of it, stealth check with disadvantage. Let's do this.
You got it.
Let's see if Basil can hide.
12, and that
Nope,
is,
doesn't work.
but that would be a contested roll against their perception.
Yes.
Do I? Could I also do it with disadvantage?
You could also do it with disadvantage.
Oh, I got a 4.
Kinte, that would be a perception roll against them.
Yes, and that would be both of them
So,
perception.
yes. Give me a moment.
Of course.
I Hmm.
Actually, I still have one use left of lucky, but I'm gonna save that.
Okay. Perception. And Basil rolled 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one does not see Basil. Both do not see Basil.
Okay,
However,
both see me.
they do see you.
I like kick snow over Basil real quick as he's like shimmying down into the ground.
He's it's almost like it's like those little lizards that like live in the desert where like they just kind of burrow themselves in the sand in like five
That's what.
seconds.
Yeah.
It's basically just that what Basil's doing. Wow, and you're kicking snow over it behind you to try and stop
Frantically like
the blood.
shoveling snow on him.
So,
Mm.
two strange people who you don't know. What are you gonna do, Oscar?
And I'm gonna
You
walk up and be like, "Hey guys, what's nothing, there's nothing weird going on around here. You know, just killed that weird snake dog thing over there. Pretty sick, right?" And I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna stand there with my hands clasped together, like looking at them, yep, I'm normal. In my head, I'm like, I'm normal. Don't look at me.
are you actually is that
Yeah, I'm gonna.
actually
He did that.
what's Oscar actually say? Or is
No,
that
literally,
actually just what he
from
did?
here, walks over. It's like, hey, or actually, you know what? No, can I deception them real quick?
Yeah,
Can
you
I?
could deception
How good
them.
is my deception? That's an 18 for a deception check.
Hmm. And that would be intelligence, correct? To like get that.
I actually don't know what the contested thing for that is. I think that would also be a perception. Wait,
That might be perception, yeah.
hold on.
Unless that's insight? I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
look this up. I'm gonna look this up. This is what to roll against deception. Um, insight.
Insight, yeah, that's what I
It would be
thought.
an insight check to determine if someone's lying.
Yes. Alright, so one person does not, one of them does not. Both of them don't.
Hmm.
So,
The world is in the palm of my hands now. All right.
alright, so you have successfully lied. You have successfully, like, made sure that Basil's hidden.
But
What's your
you
strategy
fool.
here?
I don't want him to be hidden. Just kidding. All right. I'm gonna run up to them, be like, oh god, I can't do a voice right now. My voice is so messed up. He's gonna run up and be like pleading with them like to help. Like I just killed this thing with, but he really hurt my friend. Can you guys help me? Please, I beg. I get it. I get down on my knees in front of them, like begging and pleading, like help me, help my friend.
So the two, it's a woman and a guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they look at each other, like, you can't really tell what they're thinking,
Yeah.
but like, the red hair woman turn like kind of looks at you like, yeah, sure, we can help you. Guide us to your friend.
Awesome. He's right over there, and I call over to Basil. I'm like, I'm like, come out so they can see you, and I'm gonna roll. Actually, no, I'm not gonna roll anything. I'm gonna have Basil just emerge out of the snow, and he's all bleeding and like hurt still.
Uh,
And I look back at them at their. What do they look like? What's going on right now?
the initial shock is there, but then you see like weird psychotic smiles on their faces.
Hmm.
Like, how do I just like it's the face of someone who's like almost like they've seen God.
Awesome. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but awesome.
So
Just gonna,
what's
just gonna walk a little
what's
closer.
what's Oscar's reaction to
Oscar's reaction is I'm gonna lock eye contact with them and just slowly walk alongside Basil and hop on his saddle to show them that I'm in control of this thing.
so the red-haired woman like both start approaching you. You control that thing?
Yup. He's my buddy, my good pal, my good friend, my silly fun time pal. Okay, when I word it
Oscar
that way,
doesn't
it sounds weird.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, Oscar doesn't actually say it like that.
no,
I imagine, right?
I'm gonna say he's yeah, no, I grew up. I found him when he was an egg, and I've raised him from a hatchling. He is completely well. I've got a bond with him. We shall say, like family. Insert Fast and Furious music.
I can't believe you just made that joke.
I'm sorry.
All right, but anyway, so like they start like whispering to each other, like they're glancing at you. Uh, hmm. Make me perception. Let's see if you can eavesdrop on what they're saying.
Okay. If I don't, are they gonna notice and be like, "Hey"?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's crit. Ah,
Crit, let's go.
nice. No
All right, so
music
yeah,
though,
you
because we're
will
not in combat.
you hear everything that they're talking about.
Nice.
But you base like can you believe this? We found a guy who might we might have just found a person who has a remnant of Fatalis. We have to bring them back to the cult. We have to. If with this guy on our side, like we could take on the guild. We could actually like get Fatalis back. We could resurrect Fatalis. And like that's what you're hearing right now,
Mm-hmm.
Oscar.
I'm wondering who this Fatalis guy is. Like, who is he? Is he a friend? Is he a foe? Because Oscar knows nothing about this world. So
And as you're kind of you hear more footsteps from behind you. You
oh
hear
shoot!
footsteps uh like they're very fast approaching. Like it sounds like a full sprint.
Oh boy, is it multiple people or just one?
It sounds like just one person.
Hmm.
And as you kind of turn, you see a dude in like essentially armor, like it with like bird armor essentially, like as the token describes.
Yeah.
And like he's literally yelling. He's yelling at you, get off the like get away from that thing. Like right now, you have to leave.
I look at
And
him and I. Hmm?
like before you can even finish that, like you hear something else and like a massive blast of like cold, chilled air. Uh, a very, very cold, like chilled air. Give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can stop this chilled air.
13. I would assume Basil makes one too.
No, because
Oh, because he's
hold on.
immune to cold damage.
Yeah, he's immune to cold damage.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's white dragons. They tend to be immune to the stuff that. So yeah, so like you like put your coat up, And like when you look back, it's entirely like sheathed in ice, like an entirely encased in ice. And like in its entirety, like the coat, like it's just like the massive blast of wind just like froze the sleeve entirely. And like you hear like massive wing flaps from behind you, and like
Uh-oh.
you look and like kind of through the like blizzard that is immediately intensified. You see what looks like a bigger
Oh my.
white dragon,
Jesus Christ.
but it doesn't look like a white dragon that you know at all. This thing, like the crowned horn and like the tiara-esque of ice and like basically ice armor that it's wearing.
Yeah.
And this thing has basically landed on top of the Toby that you just killed. And it looks at you and Basil directly, and like you can see like its amber colored eyes just staring into your souls.
Hmm. That's a little
So as
threatening.
you think. So the dude over here, he turns and like immediately he draws his sword and shield. Like he has a shield and a sword out.
Mm-hmm.
He turns to you. Like follow me now.
You got it, bub. Actually, no.
So
No, I'm not gonna follow him. I'm gonna go with these cult people because they're being nice to me.
so this dude like looks at you. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Get out now.
They offered to
This
help
is
me.
and I'll help you too. Don't go with fucking cult members. Also, would you take your chances with cult members or an elder dragon?
You mind, sir? Well, I'd rather take cult members, honestly. The Elder Dragon seems a lot more scary. Besides, they think
So
I'm
these
God.
What do you mean they think you're God? They're insane. Go now. Follow me.
Yes, sir.
So
Begrudgingly,
as
he follows him.
so like as you and him are like running down this path, like the cult members try, like the red woman yells at you like where the hell are you going? Get back here. And then like the elder dragon turns to face them and like flies over, and like as you like veer around this cliff face right here, like you see it just launch a blast of ice breath and it freezes these two instantaneously.
Damn.
Like they are frozen, dead, gone.
Oh. They are no longer.
They are gone.
Cultsicles.
God damn it.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
So as you you also hear this like elder dragon roar, and like it sounds beautiful yet at the same time terrifying.
Mm.
And like as the cult members were frozen, it looks back at you and like tries to follow you. And we are going to go here.
Ah, I recognize this. Hey, where's my dragon? What is this blasphemy? Sorry.
I will get I will grab Basil.
Apologies. I was merely jesting. What the hell?
He's at 3 health still.
Send to back. Can I? Where am I? Hold on.
I think you might have.
Hold on. I'm trying to fix this. Bring
There
to
you go.
front. I'm
All
still on
right,
base.
so Gareth, the hunter, who you followed, like he's catching his breath. He's also like brushing off like the frozen like ice that he was caught in the blast as well. And as he like turns to you, he immediately like jumps back because at the sight of Basil.
Well, of course.
Why do like he yells like, "Get out here now!" And like another hunter immediately like appears from the tent, like weapon drawn at Basil, which is a giant bow.
Man.
What are you gonna do, Oscar, to get out of this situation?
Well, for once, I'm sure Basil doesn't want me on him, so Basil's gonna throw me off, and I land on my ass in the snow and look up. I look up at Basil. I'm like, not cool, man. And I walk up and you know that basic ass like thing that they do in movies with dragons, where the dragon like bows its head, and I like pet it like a dog. I pet Basil like a dog to prove that he's tame, and I look at them with an angry look, like, don't you
Yeah, so
fucking
they're
shoot
not.
my.
I mean, they're not convinced.
It's a pretty fucked up looking dog.
They're not convinced at all. Like they still have their weapons drawn. Like they're ready to kill Basil at a moment's notice.
Motherfucker. Okay, I'm gonna look at Basil in the eyes and I'm gonna mind speak. I can't actually mind speak, but hear me out. I'm looking at Basil and he's looking at me. He's rolling his eyes like, what are you gonna do? And I take Basil's head and I open his mouth and put my head in it, and I look at them. I look at the two guys and I'm like, see, he's fine. And Basil just does not. He doesn't do anything. He's kind of just chilling there, like, yep. I take my head out of Basil's mouth after that.
So our friend over here, Gareth, finally like kind of lowers his weapon a little, lowers his sword a little bit. He doesn't put it away, like he's still
Yeah.
absolutely like concerned.
Do you want to come touch his nose? He don't
No.
bite. He don't bite.
Gareth does not pay any attention to you. And our other hunter friend over here also kind of he puts his bow away.
Okay.
What the hell are you do? What the hell were you doing out there?
I'm gonna walk up a little bit and be like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was flying, and then suddenly I was in a cave fighting that weird snake viper thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't think I'm from this world.
Gareth and Salva, who the other hunter is, they they're both equally confused. They're looking at you as if you're absolutely insane.
Well, I am dressed like a depressed college kid right now, plus chainmail, so of course they
Oh,
wouldn't know what a college kid looks like.
hey, you never know, but
Hmm?
okay. Okay. This reserve was closed for like the past three multiple days because one, cult members were spotted, and two, an elder dragon was in the area. Why are you and whatever monster that is, why are you here? This
Okay,
reserve was closed.
first of all, he's not a monster. His name is Basil. Thank you, and he's my dragon. Second, it's like I said, I was flying up in the air and my vision went blurry and I woke up in that cave with that viper thing. I don't even know like what happened. Pretty sure I was banished. That's all I remember, and then I remember flying and then nothing. And then whatever poison death weird thing that was.
All right, so the only real part of that sentence that they picked up on was the Viper part and Dragon. They immediately take their weapons out again, are pointing them at bait. Is that thing an Elder Dragon?
He's
That better
a
not be an
normal
Elder.
dragon. He's a normal dragon, regular. Do you guys not have dragons? I mean, sure, he looks like an elder dragon, but he's smaller. Again, he's like the size of a Shire horse, so he's like horse sized. He's a small man. I ride him. He's my. Not like that. Not like that. He's a mount. He's a companion. I've raised him since he was a hatchling, so I can guarantee that he is tame.
So Gareth also kind of like, all right, why were you with cult members? Why were you with a cult of Fatalis people?
I don't know, man. I killed that viper thing, and then they suddenly showed up and thought I was God. It's really weird. They called my dragon a fragment of fatalis, which I don't know what the heck that means.
All right, so Gareth is also equally disturbed at like that name. He's like, "You're not with them, are you?"
Oh God, no, no.
Really? Because I have a hard time believing that. Some weird person dressed funny shows up in a hunting reserve and is there with two cultists who are a known terrorist cult and show up with a monster that we have no idea even exists. I find it very hard to believe you that you're not with a dangerous cult.
Well, I mean, you take my word if you want to or not, whatever. As long as you, so I just need to get Basil help because, if, as you can see, he's pretty badly injured, and I don't want him to die. That would be very sad.
One moment. So these two hunters, they go over, like, you see them disappear into the tent. Like, you hear muffled voices, can't really pick up on it.
Yeah,
Make
Basil's
me a make me a perception check.
okay. Basil's also curled up, and I am currently leaning against him. 16.
All right, so you hear muffled words, like like you hear the word arrest and like prison. You also hear you hear something like Academy, Wyverian, and like scholars, and you will and that's about the extent of what you hear before they come back out.
Hmm.
So they're approaching you. All right, we're gonna get we're gonna get this dragon helped, but you're coming with us. All right. From
Deal.
what you've described, you're part of a cult
I am
and you
not.
poached.
What? I was not aware of the rules of this hunting ground, so I do apologize. I am not, again, I don't think I'm from around here. Can I do a persuasion check on that?
Sure, you can try.
Oh God, oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah,
work.
they definitely think I'm part of the cult now. Oh, let's go.
Yep.
Love this.
So you did not persuade them well. Very flimsy defense of your actions. And Gareth steps forward, his weapon's drawn again. He's like, "All right, let's go. Come on." And
Man,
he
if you touch
like
my
he
dragon, I'm
almost
gonna touch you.
what?
I'm sorry, that was so weird.
So like he kind of rips you off, Basil, and like kind of puts you in a lock.
Man,
He's like, "All right, you're coming with us.
is there a
That
restrained
dragon's coming with
option?
us. You are
Restrained.
restrained."
Basil. Yeah.
And Salva also like he puts on like isn't really anything he can do to like restrain Basil in the typical sense, but like is Basil like what's Basil thinking right now? Like you can kind of feel Basil's thoughts, so
Yeah. I mean, I can communicate like basic it is. Basil's just like wants to. Basil's asked like telling me to like just go with it for now. Trust these guys. We'll break out eventually once he's back to full health.
Salva's like, "All right, you're coming with us. Your dragon's coming with us as well. We'll get it help. It's gonna get looked at by our guys because we don't know what this thing is, but it looks like an elder dragon to us. Uh, that's not very good, so you're coming with us as well since you were with cult members.
Yeah, that's fair. I am also dressed very much in a similar fashion, color scheme wise.
Well, I mean, I mean, it's not that you're dressed in a similar fashion. You were with them.
True.
You were just in their general vicinity. All right. So
Nice.
you have been restrained. At this
Mm-hmm.
point, the only thing that you can really do, you can just kind of wait. Basil just kind of waits as well. And before long, like you and him are picked up by like a convoy of people. You are put in a confined. You're put in a cage. Basil's put in a cage, and you guys are shipped off.
Can I request the same cage?
No, but
Unfortunate.
your cages are next to each other, so you're not far.
Okay, that's good.
And I don't have maps for this, but
Unfortunate.
so progressively as you're kind of like you're taken to like a port and you're shipped across the ocean, and before long you reach a what looks like a very well-off city. And that is where this session ends. I hope everyone enjoyed watching.
Woohoo.
Like, subscribe, or you don't have to if you
Yes.
didn't like it.
I will
And
find your house.
is alright, is that the end of the recording?
It is indeed. Have a good day, everyone. There will be more. Stay tuned. Stay frosty.
Stay stay tuned for Monster Hunter Guild Reforged.
And if you don't like the video, I'll find out where you live. Peace.